Today I will be telling you guys some tips and tricks and things you want to do while playing Galebreath in Deepwoken. Before we start the video, any build that you have or are using and are winning ranked matches or PvP with is fine. I'm just making this video for people who want to get better with Galebreath, or who are starting out Galebreath, or who are coming back to Galebreath. So yeah, I just want to make sure you guys are not trying to, recommend things in the comments below. This is just a video to help people get back into Galebreath or use Galebreath that are new to it. But before we start the video, make sure you do subscribe. Only 1.3% of you are subscribed and the rest are not subscribed. So make sure you do that. It really does help with making these videos. And yeah, let's start with the Galebreath guide. So before you even start thinking about what combos and things to do with Gale, there are two moves that you want to get. The first one is Gale Lunge. The second one is Gale Wisp. Now the reason why you want to get Gale Lunge is because of its mobility. It's something that's easy to get and it's a 0-star mantra, so there's no point of not getting it. If you don't get it, then you won't be as mobile as you think, as you should be as a wind user. The second one is Gale Wisp. Gale Wisp helps you with falls, and just that's it. It helps you with fall damage, and not getting it would basically be helping your opponent or whoever you're going against or mob get more damage in on you unintentionally, because if you were to try to run away from something like a Thresher and you're at Hive Island and you hop off and you take literally like a bar of damage, that will not help you trying to fight like a Thresher that I'm fighting right here. You see the fall damage I was taking. I should have put my Gale Wisp on so that I would take reduced damage, and that's what you need to do. Get Gale Wisp so that you take reduced damage when falling, so that you can stay in a fight longer instead of letting the fall damage do the work and letting your opponent win because fall damage was on their side. When you're playing Gale, there are two talents that you want mainly. The first talent is Inhale, and the second talent is Windstep. You want these two talents because they, first of all, Windstep increases your mobility. Literally, even having 50 agility will not help you as much as having Windstep would. Even though having extra agility would help, you could have 0 agility and still get to places that people who have 100 agility can get to. Now Inhale increases your damage, and getting Inhale can help you get the suffocating edge, and it can also help you get legendary World Without Song, I believe. But yeah, you want these two talents so that it can help you with comboing, and it can give you more damage when you're playing Gale. The way you want to really play is fast. You don't want to be going slow paced or trying to hold back with Gale. Your abilities are, I think they're off cooldown more frequently than other mantras are. When I play Gale, I usually feint out a Gale Breath and use it to get an Inhale, and then once I'm done with inhaling that ability, I can use it again, because when you use Inhale, it doesn't put your ability on cooldown since it's basically a feint, and then I use Gale Lunge again. Most people do that, and then there's abilities like Heavenly Wind, which can easily get you a double jump. It usually uses Heavenly Wind on his Gale account, and he can literally double jump like Mario. But you want to make sure that you are not going light speed, but going fast enough to weave in all the abilities coming off cooldown. When an ability is off cooldown, you want to use it, unless you're not, unless you don't have that much ether. But you want to make sure that you have a good utilization of your abilities when you're playing Gale. You don't want to be having a bunch of abilities off cooldown, and just like Shadow, you want to keep your hotkeys on a low ability count so that you are not stretching over to press another ability. Just like with every other mantra, you want to know how to M1 and parry, and when to use your block. But with Wind, it's way more apparent because the abilities of Gale Breathing work a little more different than the abilities of other mantras. The way that Wind mantras work is that if somebody hits you when you're doing an ability, that ability might not count as hit at all and go through the person. This is more apparent with Wind Carve. When you're using Wind Carve and you get hit while using Wind Carve, your other Wind Carve hits will not register, and the person or opponent or the thing you're going against, it will go right through them. So you want to really know when to use your abilities, or when to capitalize on a block break if you want to use that ability right there and then, or if you don't want to. This is also really annoying sometimes when you're using Astral Wind, because when you use Astral Wind and all the hits don't hit, they will not be ragdolled up into the air, and you can easily be hit right after your Astral Wind. So some advice you want to use while using Astral Wind is either block or parry, or try to parry right afterwards if you know you're not going to get that ragdoll. Or any ability, make sure that when you use your ability that you're probably not going to get hit, or when you use your ability that they're block broken, so that the animation and damage goes through and you don't waste your ether and you don't have to wait on your cooldown. So the weapons that really do go really well with Gale Breathing is dagger and medium weapons. It's not the only weapons for Gale Breathing. You can also use heavy, and you can also use spear, because I don't classify spear as as a medium, even though it's classified as a medium. It has its own playstyle. You can also use it with guns and things, but it really does work the best because of their quick attacking with medium and daggers. If you did find this video helpful, make sure you do like the video and make sure to subscribe like I said in the beginning. Leave a comment down below if I missed anything, and make sure you share the video with whoever needs tips on Galebreath, whoever's starting out with Galebreath. And yeah, make sure you guys have a nice day, and see you guys within the next video.
Understand.